Diddy Combs, a prominent music mogul and entrepreneur, was the suspect or the subject of a high-profile federal trial in 2025. So the case centered on allegations of sex trafficking, racketeering, and Mann Act violations. The proceedings drew national interest and national attention due to the Combs' celebrity status and serious nature of the accusations. So the accusations were that serious that in fact nationwide we're all interested in what's happening, because Sean Diddy Combs is very popular. I mean, he's known worldwide, all over the industry. So to hear this extreme allegations against him, everyone was interested to know what is actually happening. So let's talk about the charges that he was faced with. So the first count, he was charged with a racketeering conspiracy. The description is alleged criminal enterprise involving sex trafficking, coercion, and drug distribution. So the second count he was charged with was sex trafficking. That's by Cassie Ventura. She says that the description is alleged coercion and transport for sex work. And third one was the Mann Act violation. That's also from Cassie. She says that transported her across state lines for illegal sexual activities. The fourth one was sex trafficking by Jane Doe. That's a different person, which is also similar to Cassie's own. They were also transported for sex work. And the fifth one was the Mann Act violation, also by Jane Doe, transported across borders for prostitution. And so these are the charges that they claimed, or they put on him, or they charged him with, that saying that he was involved in every single thing they have charged him with. This is actually very strong allegations to point to someone like Sean Diddy Combs, who has a lot of influence in the industry. And when we talk about the timeline of this particular thing, so September 2024, that's where the federal charges were filed. And May 2025, the jury selection and the trial began. June 30th to July 2nd, 2025, that's where the jury deliberates on the whole issue. So that's where we start to hear stuff about everything. So July 2nd, that's where we have the verdict reached. So they gave their verdict on the particular issue, and this is what came out of it. During the trial, there were 4 key evidence and testimonies. So we had the victim testimony, that's Cassie Ventura and Jane, described the coercion, physical abuse, and drug-fueled freak-offs parties. That's what we all heard, that he had freak-offs where the celebrities come around and then they are all in white and having fun in his house. And the fun wasn't just what we think is fun, it was all about sex trafficking and everything, and drugs as well. And they had surveillance. 2016 hotel video showed Diddy assaulting Cassie. So we had the video. It was shown to the house, it was shown to the jury, even as the general public got to see what happened in that particular video. So we saw him beating her up, pushing her, dragging her all around the floor. That's what that was one of the key evidences that were placed to the courthouse. And the witness were 34 people testified, including ex-bodyguards and assistants of Diddy Combs. So all those people came, and they came to say their part of the story, came to stand as the witness to the whole free calls, to the whole sex trafficking, to the whole drug situation he's being accused of or charged with. So no DNA or physical evidence was introduced for most of the sex trafficking allegations. After this whole thing has been seen, the court has seen everything about this particular case. So Sean Diddy was finally given the verdict, and the verdict in particular, they found Sean Diddy not guilty. Some of what have been charged against him. So let's look at what he was found guilty and what he was not found guilty on. So the first charge, where we had the racketeering conspiracy, he was found not guilty about that. So when I talk about the racketeering conspiracy, I mean that's when he was alleged criminal enterprising involving sex trafficking, coercion, and the drug distribution. So they said he is not guilty for this particular charge, and that's what the house had brought out. And also he was found guilty for the Mann Act activity, or the Mann Act violation. The Mann Act violations. He was found guilty 2 times. Yes, that was from Cassie and Jane. And he was not found guilty for sex trafficking. They are saying that because the evidence for the DNA or physical evidence were not brought to the house, so they charged him not guilty for this particular act of the Mann Act violations. So the jury found insufficient evidence for trafficking and conspiracy, but convicted him for knowingly transporting women for sexual activity. So they are trying to say that the whole thing about the sex trafficking, the people had the idea of what they are going to do. They knew that, oh, as Sean is coming for me, we are going to go to other countries and try and then work for sex or something like that. So he's saying that he didn't force them to do it. He was they said that yes, he did send people to other places for sexual activities, but they were all aware of what's going to happen to them once they get there. So he's not guilty for that particular act. So first he wasn't guilty for sex trafficking and also racketeering conspiracy, but he was guilty of the Mann Act violations. And the current status of the whole thing, so the angel is still pending sentence. They're still pending the sentences he's going to spend in jail. They said the sentencing date is going to be released on October 3rd, 2025. So we all wait to see what's going to happen. How many years is he going to go to jail? So the maximum sentence of this things he's being charged with, the Mann Act violations, the duration or the maximum he could go is 20 years. 20 years is the maximum, so 10 per Mann Act. So he was charged with Mann Act violations 2 times, and then one Mann Act violation is 10 years. So with the twice is going to be 20 years. That's what they are saying, and they have denied his bail. So the judge cited that it's for the risk of the flight and the witness tampering. So they are scared that what if he gets out or he's being billed with that amount of money and then he just goes to tamper with the witnesses that came over, because you all know that Diddy has power. Even clearly from what we have seen here, that he has been charged with all these things. You all saw the evidence, and still they are still saying that Diddy is still not guilty of sex trafficking. It's very wild. It's very crazy, because we all thought he's going to be inside for life or something, because the allegations were that serious. I want to take some of the comment section about this particular charge, or the verdict we've heard online, or what we've heard so far. And this is from My Scott. He says these 2 counts have a 10-year minimum sentence. Okay, this is a guy that knows, or he understands the whole law issues, because he's telling us that as he was charged with Mann Act violation, he's going to spend 10 years, and he was charged with that twice, so he's going to spend 20 years in jail. And Nick Soto says that my guess is 2 to 5 years total. They'll make sentence run concurrently. Okay, this is also from Nick. He says that he'll be locked up, but not for long. This is why everyone is scared, because these allegations, I thought he'll even be sentenced to death, honestly, because what we've heard, and the man himself, he kind of looks scary. I don't know if you guys see it, but for me, when I saw that this guy has been accused of all these things, I was like, maybe. And okay, so Space says that those sound like relative minor charges that won't result in much time in jail. Am I correct? So we are all waiting in suspense for the actual amount of time he's going to spend in jail, because people are just saying that he's going, but it's not for long, and that's very, very sick. News Now says that serious charges struck. No escaping accountability now. Okay, so Claire, was it the defense lawyers were that good, or prosecution were that bad? So you both are still shocked about this particular thing, because you tell me this man was charged with all these things, and we are still saying that he is not guilty of basically 5 charges. He's not guilty of them, just 1. So for us to hear this news, we were quite shocked and surprised about this whole thing. So either she's saying that either the lawyers or the defense lawyers were that good or the prosecution is that bad, because we still don't understand how logically he's able to face that less time in jail. USM Lady Vet says, USMC, sorry, USMC Lady Vet says, so all these women willingly went. There was no force or coercion. I guess this is more privilege, celebrity privilege. Okay, so clearly from the court they are saying that the people that they claim were being sex trafficked or forced to do the thing, he said he didn't force them, they knew what they were getting into. So people are like, so you mean all the girls you did, all of them had your consent? Definitely there will be some kind of misunderstanding somewhere or confusion, because I don't think people would just allow themselves to go through this particular thing without being any confusion or like interaction with them. So you're telling me all those girls you told them about this and they all agreed, you never forced anyone? That's what people are saying. So Shira says, what's the typical sentence for these verdicts? Okay, and yeah, we had to hear that that is going to be maximum of 20 years in prison, and hopefully we hear more news about this particular thing, because we have to. In fact, Diddy's case with the charges he's being faced, no one would have thought he would have been found not guilty. So it's a shock to everyone in this country or worldwide. It's a worldwide breaking news. And this has been our media. You know, you get everything from here. We give you all the news and updates from Ghana, from Nigeria, from South Africa, from America. You know, we got you. And I really love it if you guys comment something. So I want to ask you guys so we can have a conversation in the comment section. What do you guys think about this whole thing? Do you think it's actually celebrity privilege? That's why he's getting to go away with this? Because other people with minor charges have faced more years than 20 years maximum, although we haven't heard the full sentence in jail, but we all know that he wasn't charged with a lot of stuff. So definitely he's not going to spend that much time in prison. Do you guys think it's fair? Do you just think it's celebrity privilege that he's just getting this because, you know, he has power and influence? Or do you think he actually was not guilty of these things? I really disagree with that, but I would like to hear from you guys. So like and subscribe and hit the notification button for more videos like these. I'd love to see you guys. Bye.